Today, we will cover the steps to redomesticate your company to the Lone Star State on my website, www.movetotexas.law. But first, a brief introduction. My name is Chad Cummings, and I am an attorney and a certified public accountant serving clients in matters of business, tax, and commercial law throughout the states of Florida and Texas. I am Chief Executive Officer of the multi-state, multi-attorney law firm Cummings and Cummings Law. And in addition to my day job, I also teach business and tax law at the university level. I hold 4 degrees, including 2 law degrees, as well as a bachelor's degree in accounting and a master's degree in taxation, in addition to 11 professional licenses and certifications spanning accounting, tax, audit, and of course, the law. My firm website is www.cummings.law. Now, I have described the many advantages of redomestication in my earlier presentations, including, among others, maintaining existing contracts with customers and vendors, keeping your existing federal employer identification number, eliminating any operational or financial downtime, and keeping your business bank accounts and, in most cases, your business name. Today's presentation will focus on how to complete the process on my website step by step. All right, you should be able to view my screen. This is www.movetotexas.law, which forwards to my website. Now, a lot of the feedback I get from prospective clients is they don't realize they can actually complete the entire process themselves right here. There's no need to schedule time to speak with me on the phone unless you want to, in which case I would be more than happy to speak with you. There's no need to wait for an appointment. There's no need to email a whole bunch of documents back and forth. There's no need to dig out your old record book or your original articles of incorporation. We don't do that here. We are a technology forward law firm. I don't want to waste your time requesting materials that, as an attorney, I can find in the public records. So let's say you've done your homework, you know what redomestication is, you've reviewed the materials on my website as well as my other presentations on this topic, and you are ready to move forward. Just enter your business name. I'm going to call it Test Company, and I'm going to click Get Exact Price. I'm going to select the type of business. Let's say it's an LLC, and let's say I'm moving from, I don't know, today, let's make it Georgia. I input the number of owners. Now, in the case of an LLC or a limited liability company, the number of owners refers to the number of members. And in the case of a corporation, it refers to the number of shareholders. So for our purposes, we will keep it simple. I will just put in 1. And again, easier than getting your teeth cleaned. I'm going to put in my information. My telephone number. If I have my EIN number, I'll put that in right there. You don't need it, but if you have it, it's certainly helpful. That certainly will not slow down the process if you don't have it, though. Same thing with your prior state identification number. Now, I need to put in my address. The state of Texas will require a physical street address. That is to say, somebody that will be available during normal business hours to accept service of process in the event of a lawsuit. That's quite important. So if I have an address I can use, if I'm using my office address, for example, I can input that information here. Or if I prefer for an additional charge, I can hire, well, my firm. It's kind of weird, I'm speaking in first person, so I'll say hire the firm for a small additional charge, and you can use our address for that service. By the way, you'll notice right here, questions, schedule a free consultation. If you do have questions at any point, just click that. You can put 15 minutes on my calendar. I will call you, not an assistant, not a paralegal, not a call screener. You and I will speak one-on-one. I will address any questions you have, but that's optional. If you understand the process, you don't have questions, there's certainly no need to schedule time for us to speak, at least initially. And the other side of that coin, though, is that if you do have questions at any point, that is what I'm here for. So I click Next. Now, a lot of the time I'll get on the phone with somebody and they'll say, well, give me a quote or give me an estimate. I say, I don't have to give you a quote or an estimate. You can go on my website right here and see the line item detail, almost like buying something on Amazon. You will see the costs that are charged by the respective secretaries of state. Of course, the information you see may be a little bit different based upon the state from which you are redomesticating, and you will see the line item detail. So here we have our state imposed costs, which I collect and pay on your behalf, as well as my legal fee as an attorney for actually preparing these documents and filing them on your behalf. And let's be clear, what am I doing? I am preparing and filing a Texas certificate of conversion, a Texas certificate of formation, a legal plan of conversion. Good luck finding that on LegalZoom, a board meeting minutes, or unanimous written consent document to formally adopt and approve that legal plan of conversion, as well as the statement or certificate of conversion that I will prepare and file on your behalf with your former state. During the process, I'm handling all the correspondence with either Secretary of State. Sorry, the coffee's wearing off. We handle everything by DocuSign whenever possible to avoid snail mail. I do send you status updates every week by email, so you are never left in limbo wondering what is going on. And then, of course, down here, you will see my fee. Now, my fee changes based upon the amount of work we have, our bandwidth, and certain promotions we are running. So the fee you may see on your device may be a little higher or a little lower. Whatever fee you see on our website, when you access our website, that is our fee. Again, you'll see all the line item detail right here. There are some additional services, one of which is, for example, the option to expedite filing with the Texas Secretary of State. The only thing I want to say about these additional services, well, actually, a couple of things is one, there is additional information on each of them. You just click info, you can read about them. And two, if any of these services are required, to be clear, these are above and beyond redomestication. And typically, these are things you can handle or your CPA or bookkeeper can handle for you. But if you prefer that we handle them for you as part of the redomestication, just check the appropriate box. And let's come back to timing for just a second. Now, timing is highly variable. Okay, without expediting, this is typically a 3-month process, sometimes a little bit less. With expediting, that becomes a 2-week to 2-month process, depending on your particular state. It's difficult for me to be more precise in a general presentation, but suffice to say, if you do elect to expedite at additional charge, that will certainly speed up the process. Now, if you have a promo code, you input that here, easy enough. We don't always run promotions because we're so busy, but sometimes we do. And if you have one, you put it in there. Click next. We're almost to the end. You review the information. Now, please double check the accuracy of the information. I don't want to have to charge you a fee to correct something, right? Make sure your name, your address, your phone number, all of that is accurate. We scroll down. Once again, we see a summary of the fees and costs, including any additional services. In this case, you'll see an additional $4.99 because I checked the box for the optional additional service to have our law firm arrange a registered agent for you to keep your name and address. Well, I should say address, not name. Your name will still be on the company, unless, of course, you check the anonymized filing. If you have questions on that, let's schedule some time to talk first to make sure we're on the same page. But keeping things simple, if you like what you see, you're ready to move forward, I do ask that you read this. This is very clear on what we are doing. It's also very clear on what we are not doing. And it is important to keep your CPA or bookkeeper informed so that he or she will be on notice to handle any tax filings. I encourage you to read and review the limited scope letter of engagement and terms of service. This is the contract between you and me saying that Chad is going to perform this exact scope of work and at these fees and costs for you. And then we scroll down to payment, credit, debit, bank transfers, Google Pay, Amazon Pay, crypto. If you are on an iOS device, you will have the option to use Apple Pay. We also have Klarna for those people who would like to pay over time. So I input my payment information here. I click submit payment. Now, from the time Hit click submit payment. Please give me 2 to 3 working days unless you expedite, in which case I will have documents to you within 1 working day for review. As soon as I get your signatures on those documents, as well as the signatures of the other owners if required, or I should say the signatures of all owners are required. But of course, if you're the only owner, that makes things simpler. As soon as I have those signatures, I will submit everything to the Texas Secretary of State electronically for expedited processing. I will again keep you in the loop at every step of the way, and we will communicate at least once weekly via email so you understand exactly what's going on. As soon as we have that approval, I will already have everything packaged up and ready to send off to the Secretary of your former state. And I will, of course, keep you informed on that as well until we complete our working engagement. So I'm going to stop my screen share. If you have any questions regarding redomesticating your existing LLC or corporation to the Lone Star State, please use the link to schedule time to speak with me and we can discuss your specific situation. Again, my name is Chad Cummings, and I hope that you found this information helpful. As always, the information in this presentation is general in nature and is not legal advice, because legal advice, by definition, must be specific to a particular set of facts and circumstances. Should you have any questions regarding this information or the content of any of my earlier presentations, please visit my firm website at www.cummings.law to schedule time for a consultation. I look forward to the opportunity to speak with and perhaps even work with you very soon.